So in today's video, we're talking all about hiring for your online business. Now, over the last few years, I've built up my online business to make multiple seven figures. I built up a huge overseas team, and basically in this video, I'll share with you guys my tips and tricks, everything I've learned, and hopefully help you as a business owner with your overseas team building. Now, I do want to preface this by saying I am such a big believer of hiring overseas. I think it is an ultimate cheat code that every business owner should take advantage of. So much so that me and my business partner, we both run online businesses with big teams. We started paired to basically help other business owners find amazing quality talent from overseas to save basically 70, 80, 90% on payroll. Now, as a business owner myself, I'm very frugal. I don't like spending money, but when it comes to actually investing money into my business, hiring overseas people has been the best ROI thing that I have ever done. It's one reason why I'm able to keep my profit margins at over 90%. And yeah, if you're not hiring overseas, you are wasting so much money by hiring domestically that it's not even funny. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is who needs to hire overseas. Basically, everyone needs to hire overseas. I don't care if you're making $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year, $2 million a year, $100 million a year, it doesn't matter. If you don't yet have an overseas team, then you are missing out on a lot. And I think a lot of people, they think, hey, I don't have a huge business. Should I still hire overseas? And my answer is always going to be yes. If you have any employees or contractors working for you right now, and they are local to you, then it's very, very likely that you can replace them or at least add to your team with overseas hires. I used to be a solopreneur. I'm very inclined to try and do things myself, but hiring a team has been the best thing that I've ever done. And I highly, highly recommend you guys do it as well. So whether or not you guys are a solopreneur or you are already a business owner with multiple people on your team, I really want you guys to know that it is a life-changing thing. One of the clients we actually helped recently, he's used this to hire 4 people in total. He literally told us that hiring that first position out with us, it literally changed his life. He was able to work less, take on more clients, increase his profit margins. And yeah, it was just absolutely amazing. That's why he came back for 3 more roles so far. Another thing that people wonder about is where they should hire. Like, what countries should they hire from? Now, I've hired from multiple different countries in the past, but my favorite ones are going to be Indonesia, Philippines, and Argentina. I'm sure there are other great countries out there with great talent, but at least for me, I've had the best experiences so far from these countries. I will say that Philippines is getting a little bit expensive. It's extremely mainstream, so everyone's hiring from there. Indonesia is basically Philippines 5-10 years ago. The people are really great. It's pretty Western. Their English skills are quite good, especially if you know what to look for. And the going rates are quite a bit less than the Philippines. Argentina is also a really great space to hire from, especially if you guys are looking for someone to work in a similar time zone to you. Now, most of you guys watching this video, you're probably in the United States. Yes, hiring Indonesia, Philippines, there is a pretty massive time difference, but Argentina is actually EST time zone, so it's the exact same time as New York, meaning if you're on the West Coast, it's only going to be 3 hours ahead of you. And yeah, the people I've hired from all 3 of these countries, they have been fantastic, and I highly, highly recommend them. Now, a big mistake that I see a lot of entrepreneurs make is they'll hire people and then expect those people to perform perfectly. And unfortunately, this just does not happen. I wish there was a perfect hire where you onboard them and instantly they knew everything in your business, they knew exactly what to do, and everything went smoothly. That's basically never happened to me. There's always going to be a decently long onboarding period, and this onboarding period, it applies to overseas talent as well as local domestic talent. The better you get your onboarding, the more effective that hire is going to be, and the more happy both you as well as they are going to be. So yeah, a lot of people, they skip this onboarding step. They don't really have systems in place. They don't have accountability measures. I'm not going to talk about too much of that stuff in this video since we have a ton of other videos on this channel covering all these different things. But essentially, you need to take responsibility for the performance of your hires. If they're not performing well, it's a reflection of you as the business owner. You're doing something wrong probably. I've made many, many mistakes with this, but there's always things we can do to better our systems and ensure that everyone is on board, communicating effectively, and working to the best of our ability. Now, another big mistake I've done in the past is I'll find someone super fast and then just onboard them, hire them because I want someone on the team ASAP. While this can work like 5 to 10% of the time, generally I would recommend not doing this because the selection process, it's actually super important. There are so many different things that you guys can look for in a good candidate. It's likely that you guys won't know what exactly to look for, or you just don't don't have the time or the bandwidth, whatever it is. So just blindly bring someone onto your team, I don't recommend it. I recommend spending a lot of time trying to make sure that the hire is perfect before you bring them on. So yeah, Paired, we basically do that for you. We spend tons and tons of time making sure that the candidates that you interview with are the top handful out of hundreds of different people. It's really true that a team member can basically make or break your business. If you hire the right person, that person can add so much value to your company, and it's really important to get that person right. I do recommend learning more about the whole hiring process, what to look for, all that stuff. It's a very high value skill that I think all entrepreneurs should be aware of. But the actual implementation part of this, I would say let other people do it for you, because likely it's not going to be worth your time. In terms of tools that I use to run my 7-figure business, which by the way is all overseas except for one person, as well as a few contractors in the US. Yeah, we have around 20 people as of right now that are all overseas. And over the last few years, I found a few really great tools to use. So the first is going to be Hubstaff. This is not a tool that you should use for everyone. It's more for people that are hourly based. So it's a really great time tracking software. And it can really ensure that they are staying productive and actually working during working hours. Another one is ClickUp. So this is our favorite project management, task management platform. By the way, we'll have links to all these down below in the description. We do have some exclusive discounts for you guys if you use our link, and you will be helping support the channel as well. For communication, we rely solely on Slack. This is our favorite one by far. To create SOPs or give feedback on things, we really enjoy using Loom. This allows you to easily record your screen while making commentary. And also, if you guys are creating any content, I really recommend using Frame.io. It's our favorite platform for uploading raw footage and communicating with our video editors. Trust me, we have a lot of video editors. Now, for solopreneurs watching this video, I do want to talk about the timeline for hiring. There are probably a lot of things that are pushing you away from making your first hire, and I do get that because it is quite uncomfortable. But I will say, I guarantee hiring your first person is going to be the best decision of your life. If you don't have anyone on your team, you don't really have a business. You're just working within your business yourself. Building that team, building the SOPs and systems, that's when you actually have a real business. And you don't need to make that much money to be able to afford someone overseas. A lot of our hires are going to be between $600 to $1,000 per month for full-time work. So yeah, it really is quite affordable, especially if you are in the US. And then for companies that have already hired people, what I recommend doing is do an audit, look at what your team members are doing. Think, does this person actually need to be local? Chances are a bunch of them should be local depending on your business type, but chances are also that a lot of these positions, they can be outsourced to overseas. And even if none of your current positions can be outsourced, there's always more work that can be done within your business. Even hiring a VA or executive assistant for yourself can be life-changing. And this really all boils down to leverage, right? If you want to make 7, 8, 9 figures, you need to leverage something. It's usually going to be leveraging money as well as leveraging other people. Now, in terms of structure, especially as you try and build more and more people, it's going to get really hard to manage your overseas hires. Once you get over, let's say 10, 15 people, it's going to be really hard to have a deep personal relationship with every one of your team members. But there definitely should still be some type of relationship, and that relationship is likely going to be between your project manager or head of operations and those people. I mean, I'm still building my business right now. We still have a long way to go, but these are some things that I've learned in the last few years of hiring overseas that I want to share with you guys. All I'll say is this: I am such a big believer in hiring overseas. I literally went out and started a recruiting company. My business partner and I are literally real life case studies showing that hiring overseas is amazing. And the earlier you start hiring, the faster your business is going to grow. I guarantee it. So I know this was a pretty general video where I just covered a bunch of different tips and tricks, but if you guys want to learn more about hiring overseas, I really recommend to subscribe to this channel, since every video we put out is going to be talking about hiring, recruiting, and giving you guys free value. Of course, we'd love to help you guys out with your own hiring needs. And so if you guys do want to learn more about our service, we will leave a link down below. You guys can check out our website, book a free discovery call with our team, and we can basically go into your business, do a quick audit, see how we can help. And it's 100% risk-free, so you don't pay unless you actually hire someone. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Really appreciate your time. If you guys got some value from it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.